This is a submarine of the United States Navy, but no ordinary submarine because aboard her are several naval reservists taking their annual 2-week cruise. Let's go below and see what's going on. Here is the interior, the storehouse of scientific equipment manned by skilled hands. Reservists achieve their skills by attending one meeting each week at a reserve training center and taking a cruise such as this each year. They find that these skills assist them in civilian occupations such as electronics and diesel engineering. But our reservists gain more than technical skill. By joining an organized division, they also draw pay and become eligible for Naval Reserve retirement benefits. You, too, should investigate the opportunities awaiting you in the submarine reserve. If you are between the ages of 17 and 28, this may be your chance to wear navy blue and dolphins, too, and still remain a civilian.
Meet a young man of distinction, Ensign Johnny Moore of the United States Naval Reserve. He's a carrier jet pilot, age 22, hometown Des Moines, Iowa. He flies the Navy's fastest planes. His earnings are good. He leads a fine, full life as an officer in the Navy. He has what he wants, and he got it through the Naval Aviation Cadet Program. If you are between the ages of 18 and 27 and have completed 2 years of college, apply for Naval Aviation Cadet training. You will take basic training at Pensacola, Florida, the Annapolis of the air. After 5 months, you'll solo, learn formation flying, instrument flying. And when, after 18 months, you win those Navy wings of gold, you'll be the happiest man on earth. See your nearest recruiting station and investigate NAVCAD, the Navy Cadet Program, today. Portrait of a confused undergraduate. He has his life before him and doesn't know what he's going to do with it. Heads, he'll study medicine. Tails, he'll study law. Or maybe he'll be an engineer. Portrait of a happy undergraduate. He knows where he's going. He has just been accepted as a Naval Aviation Cadet. He's on his way to Pensacola, the Navy's Annapolis of the air, for flight training. For 18 months of the best training for aviators in the world. His mind will be alert, his body active and healthy. And when he receives those Navy wings of gold, he'll fly with the fleet in the most modern planes that America can produce. You can, too, if you qualify as a Naval Aviation Cadet. Make your own portrait that of a happy man. See your nearest recruiting station and investigate the Naval Cadet Program today. Here's a young man who wanted adventure, travel, a chance to learn a trade in which he was interested. He wanted these things, yet he wanted security at the same time. He knew where to look for that right combination. It was the United States Navy. The daily grind as a civilian had him down. He was tired of someone's elbow in his neck. He was tired of monotony, of waiting in line, of lonely rooms, of bills, budgets, the high cost of living, rent. He was tired of it all. He wanted something special out of life. So he enlisted in the United States Navy. He's a happy man now, and he's building a grand future for himself in the Navy. Be wise yourself. Take this young man's lead. Enlist now in the United States Navy. In the United States Navy, religious services are an important part of life at sea. And the Navy chaplain is one of the most important members of the crew. His work is vital. He teaches and guides young men of every faith. He is all things religious to the Navy man. It is the chaplain to whom servicemen bring their personal problems, and those problems offer a never-ending challenge to the imagination and heart of the clergyman, whether he be minister, rabbi, or priest. The Navy chaplain's career is one which gives him great personal satisfaction. His promotions are regular, and retirement benefits are liberal. Civilian clergymen, if you qualify as Navy chaplains, you will be serving well your God, your country, and your country's young citizens. Contact your nearest Office of Naval Officer Procurement for further information on the Navy chaplain. Meet a young man who knows a good thing when he sees it. As a member of the Naval Air Reserve, he's building a future for himself in aviation. 1 weekend a month, he reports to the Naval Air Station nearest his home for training. He's learning skills which will be valuable to him in civilian life, making new friends, and making money. He's paid exactly as any member of the United States Navy for the time he works. He has glamour in being attached to a Navy fighter squadron. And each summer during vacation from school, he takes sea duty aboard one of the Navy's big aircraft carriers. As a member of the Naval Air Reserve, he's getting something extra from life. Why don't you become a weekend warrior? Join the Naval Air Reserve. A young man who's being paid to go on the beach at Waikiki and to learn an ultra-modern technical skill like electronics has a mighty good deal, wouldn't you say? This young man got both in his first year as a member of the United States Naval Surface Reserve. His story is not unusual. He joined an organized Naval Reserve unit in his hometown while still in high school. He trained as a recruit 1 night a week and was paid for that session. When he finished his recruit training, he looked over the study fields available to him as a member of the Surface Reserve and chose electronics. He met new friends and found new recreation, and during the summer made a 3 weeks training cruise to the Hawaiian Islands. His story can be yours. Make the Naval Surface Reserve your hobby. Enlist now in the Surface Reserve. Meet a Seabee civilian, Joe Doolan, and his friend, Jerry Anderson. Joe is a construction foreman. Jerry, well, he's a prospect.
Jerry, you gotta get yourself one of these gizmos, no kidding. The Seabee Reserve's a good setup for guys like us. No drills, no military duties. You just go on living like a civilian, full time. But you hold a spot in the Navy. You might even get to be a chief like me.
Sounds like a good deal.
Listen, the Seabee Reserve is pretty hard to beat. If something should pop in this world, one of these cards will put you in a job that you know and like the best. And that's important. It's a good outfit, the Seabees. They need guys like you. How about it, Jerry?
Okay.
Good deal.
You're 18 years of age and have your whole life before you. You're shopping around for a career, a trade which will pay you good money for the rest of your days. Maybe you'd like to become a machinist, or an electrician, a mechanic, or a welder, an electronics technician, or maybe even a weatherman. Then listen, we've got a deal for you. Whatever trade interests you, you can find it in the United States Navy. From cooking to carpentry, from stenography to deep-sea diving, you'll learn on the most modern equipment and be paid for learning. You can't match that offer anywhere. Make a real career for yourself. Enlist in the United States Navy.
Hey, Pop, how about my loaf of bread?
Hold your horses, Jack. I want to finish this letter first. You ought to be interested anyhow. It's from Bill.
Yeah? How's he making out in the Navy?
He likes it. Listen to this. I got through boot camp in San Diego okay and asked the Navy for submarine duty. Submarine duty? What's that boy think he is, a fish? They sent me to school here in New London, and I'm going to learn to be a sonar man. It's a swell deal. When I finish this course, I'll be set for life, in or out of the Navy. Later, I'll be assigned to sea duty, and I'll really be traveling around the world. Tell Jack this Navy life is terrific. Tell him I'll be looking for him in a Navy uniform when he finishes high school next June. How about that, Jack?
I'm way ahead of you, Pop. I'm going to enlist in the Navy as soon as I get that diploma.
Good boy.